Hello, and welcome to this week's podcast. I wanted to deviate a bit from how I normally speak and talk about a conversation I often have with parents, and that's the fact that so many of them, when they get in touch, kind of say that they worry about helping their child in case they explain things differently to how it's been explained at school. And then, as a consequence, it just means their child's more confused than what they were before. But actually, experience has taught me that sometimes we need someone in our lives that's willing to change, explain it differently. I remember as a teenager sitting in a GCSE maths class, and the teacher was explaining, I think it was probably solving equations. And she was kind of saying, so if it says add, that means you need to subtract it. If it says subtract, it means you need to add it. If it says times, you need to divide it. And if it says divide, you need to multiply it, etc., etc. And I was so confused. And then she finished her explanation. So, Dawn, what's the answer? And I had no idea. And so she repeated herself. If it says add, you need to subtract. If it says subtract, you need to add. If it says multiply, you need to divide. If it says divide, you need to multiply. So, Dawn, what's the answer? And I still honestly had no idea. I was so confused. And then she explained it with a roll of the eyes for the third time. And okay, if it says add, you need to subtract. If it says subtract, you need to add. If it says multiply, you need to divide. If it says divide, you need to multiply. Um, Dawn, what's the answer? And I was still kind of, I don't know. Sorry. And by now you can kind of feel your cheeks burning with embarrassment, and you're trying your hardest not to cry, and that's all you can think about is the embarrassment when everyone else in the class in your mind clearly knows the answer to this, and you've got no idea. You're just sat there like a complete fool. So anyway, that evening I went home and kind of like, mum, dad asked how was school today, and it was awful. And dad kind of, okay, sit down. He explained it completely differently. He kind of said, look, there's imagine a set of scales. In this side, we've got an, I don't know, say a 3A and plus 5. And in this side, we've got 10. And I need, that wasn't very good. That was awful numbers, but whatever. We need to work out what the value of just 1A is. So, okay. So he said, but we need to keep our scales balanced. So no matter what we do to one side, we have to do to the other side as well. Okay, that still makes sense. So if I take the 5 from this side, I need to take, what do I need to do to the other side? Take away 5. Brilliant. Okay. So now we've got 3 A's in this side and we've got 5 in that side. But we only want the value of 1A. Okay. Is this still making sense? Yeah, this is making sense. So what we need to do is divide that 3 lots of A by 3 to work out what the value of just 1A would be. So what would the value of A be? And you kind of, wow, being able to visualize a pair of scales and just needing to keep them balanced. So if I take something from one side, I take it from the other. If I add something to one side, I add from the other, etc. And it just made sense. And so what I'm trying to say is sometimes we do need someone to explain things differently. So don't worry about confusing your child by giving them a different explanation, because if that your explanation is what clicks, then that's really all they needed. And then once they've started to grasp the understanding, very often the what the teacher is saying now makes sense as well. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say for today. But basically, if your child is struggling with something, don't worry about explaining it in your own words. Have a great week, and I hope this was helpful. Take care for now. Bye.